These are the best custom tactics in FC26 so far, and they help me get a lot of rank 1s in FUT Champs, so I'm going to tell you what they are. Also, to help you even further, for each position we go through, I'm going to give you 2 player options that you can use. So the formation is 4-4-1-1. This is very similar to a lot of the 4-5-1 tactics that you might see online right now. However, there's a big difference. So in 4-5-1, as you know, you get 3 centre mids, but the reason I like this formation over that is the centre attack mid. I think it's such an important position on the game, and it just helps link everything up even better, especially in build-up, transition into attack. With the 3 centre mids in a 4-5-1, I just sometimes feel like it's a bit too static and you have to trigger. But in this formation, you have the cam, and it's just so much nicer. I am going to go through all the roles as well, and at the end of the video, you have the code, so you can just copy and paste it, and everything is done for you. However, the build-up style, you have balance, counter, or short passing. I have used short passing a little bit, and I don't mind it, so if you want to experiment with it, feel free. However, for this custom tactics and for what I've been using, I am going to be on balance. And now the defensive approach. This is where you can change a lot. Obviously, we have deep, which is 25. We have balance, which is 50, high, which is 70, and extreme, which is 95. Only use extreme if you're losing a game and you need to come back and you need to go all out attack. Otherwise, we're going to ignore this. Now, there's one thing that is very important to know. If you go to 60, that is the last number you can get as balance. And as soon as you go to 61, you're now on a defensive approach of high, okay? Because 50, 70, and 95 are all just defaults, but you can manually edit them. So I like to play high. Now, if you don't want it to be too high, then obviously manually edit it and put it to 61, which I've used before. I don't know if there's a massive difference. I use 70s. That's what I recommend. But, you know, it is a bit high and people can just through ball because that is the meta and it is very annoying. But yeah, if you want to be a bit more conservative, even drop it down to 50, I don't think it's going to be a big problem. So that is the base of the tactics. But now this is the most important thing, the player roles and also the players that you're going to use in this formation. Starting off with the goalkeeper, and it's actually quite important now on the latest patch, you put this on sweeper keeper. Let me explain. In the latest patch, they basically removed goalkeeper movement, so when someone was through one-on-one against you, you could move your keeper and try and guess where the shot's going to go, and 4 times a night, if you're good at it, you're going to save it. However, you can't do that anymore, so that is why I'm advising to put the sweeper keeper role on, because you want your goalkeeper to be further off their line initially, so if someone's through, you can close them down a bit quicker. Hopefully you enjoy that example. Whereas if you put it on goalkeeper, they're back on their line, and when you bring them out, they have more space to cover. So sweeper keeper, think Manuel Neuer. The further off the line, the better, because you can't move your keeper anymore. So you're trying to eliminate the possibility of your opponent getting an easy shot away, basically. Put it on sweeper keeper. And also the players I'm going to recommend for each position throughout the video, they're going to be somewhat affordable, so they're not going to be crazy expensive. In goal, Inform Mike Magnan. I've used him, played against him. He's actually ridiculous and very annoying to play against. And the other one, which I do think is better, they both have far reach plus, and also look for footwork silver. Far reach plus, footwork silver, that is the combo you want. And even better, if they have rush out silver, go and get them. But yeah, Thunderstruck or Black is the other goalkeeper. Either or, you can't go wrong. Moving on to the right back and also the left back, it's exactly the same. Fullback balance now. Again, if you're not that confident and comfortable with defending, change it to the defensive focus, but I leave them on balance. Now, the players, I don't think there's that many good fullbacks on the game this year, so for right back, these 2 players are actually recently released in Thunderstruck. Diego Dallo, who's actually in my team right now, I can't believe he's only about 100,000 coins. I would definitely go and get him. He has Jockey Plus, which is very good defending inside, and he also has Intercept Silver, so that is very important as well. And also, on top of that, he has Quick Step Silver, so that first initial acceleration is better. And the second right back that I prefer a little bit more is Urian Timber. Again, Thunderstruck is about, 60,000 coins. The reason I like him over Dallo is purely because he has Silver Bruiser. I use Advanced Defending, and I get a little bit more out of him. So Timber Dallo is who I'd pretty recommend as a right back. Obviously, if you have more coins, go and get Turan, but he's a bit expensive. For the left back, I feel like I always struggle in terms of options, but Nuno Mendes, you can never go wrong with him. Gold Theo Hernandez, if you don't have many coins, but if you have a lot of coins to waste, just go and get the Thunderstruck Theo Hernandez. He's probably the best left back on the game, Bruiser Plus, but I just don't think there's that many good left backs on the game, so that's what I'd recommend. On to the centre backs now. I'm not going to overcomplicate it, both on defend and defend. One thing to know is a general rule of thumb, try and get players on a roll plus or a plus plus. Now, I wouldn't start changing roles just if they have it. For example, the midfielder having half winger plus plus, you don't want that. So make sure you look for the meta roles and try and get them as a plus or plus plus. Now, saying that, my Evo Hato, who's my centre-back, has neither, but, if you can get it, it's even better. But for centre-back, Yap Stam, if you have the coins, even Marquinhos Gold is really, really good, and I'm surprised he's still so cheap. And also another centre-back I like is that Dan Burn. I've used him a lot of times, and especially from corners as well, he does win a lot of headers, so yeah, any of those would be very good at centre-back. Oh, and also, actually, Urian Timber. I've used him as a centre-back. He's all right, so maybe give him a try. Moving on to the right mid and also left mid. They are both the same role, inside forward balance. I don't think you'll see any pro compared to player using anything but inside forward. It is very, very beneficial, especially in the final third, having that extra passing option. But yeah, focus is on balance, attack. You want them to defend a little bit, so leave it unbalanced. One thing that is very, very important for both wingers, they need to have at least finesse shot silver or even better finesse shot gold, okay? So Pedro Neto Thunderstruck is probably one of my favorite right mids that I've used in recent times, and also Gold Jamal as well, who's pretty more affordable, but as long as they have silver finesse shot, they can turn there a bit quick, or gold finesse shot, obviously, then definitely go and buy them. Over to the left mid now, and as I'm recording this, Raytan Flashback is still an available SBC, but when you're watching this, she might be expired, but she's very good. I know she's left foot, but she has a 4-star weak foot finesse shot plus. However, I do like Gold Mbappe, again, on the expensive end. I think he's one of the best left backs on the game. I actually prefer him as a left mid to a striker as well. However, someone who's a bit cheaper and who is also as good is Gold Vinicius Jr. Why? Very good. Finesse shot silver. Now the two centre mids, which you could argue are the most important position on your team in majority of the formations anyway. And these are on box-to-box ball winning focus, not balance. Make sure it's on ball winning. Important, very important. Tiki-taka silver, minimum. No ifs or buts about it. If you can, tiki-taka plus, but you can get away with silver quite a lot. There's a bunch of options you can get for this. Is Gold Rangers, Informed Rangers, Cornerstone Rangers. You can go with the Captain Bernardo Silva, who I absolutely love. Mariona screen card as well. You've also got a Billy Thunderstruck and Xavi Thunderstruck. Bit of a common theme here other than Rangers. As long as they're small and agile and have tiki-taka silver or plus and stuff like incisive and stuff like that, then I rate them. I prefer smaller players to taller players. That's just my personal preference. Tiki-taka, silver minimum, and you can't really go wrong because with tiki-taka, you have more confidence in passing and you can do different animation passes. So you can probably do like a no-look 90-degree pass if you have tiki-taka gold, where if you don't have it, you're in big trouble. Two more positions left to go, center attacking mid and the striker. Center attacking mid is playmaker balance. As you can see, I've got Verts here, who's actually not a bad option for the price. Playmaker double plus. So basically when you're building up and you have the forward defenders going through the midfield, your cam will be in that open space between your opposition's defense and your opposition's midfield. Like, they don't really get marked unless they manually bring someone to mark on a center attacking mid. So it's very important you have someone good here. I don't like half winger, obviously. Shadow striker's not too bad, but then I feel like they don't really drop into the space. They kind of play as a secondary striker. And classic 10, I don't really know what it does differently anyway. So playmaker balance. Now, in terms of players, some of my favorites that I've used recently that are not too expensive is Bonmati, probably one of the best center attack mids on the game outside of like icons and stuff. The noob 88 rated CC as well. I use her in weekend league. I know she has 3-star weak foot. She was unbelievable. The most important thing though for your center attacking mid is the same as the center mids. Tiki-taka silver, non-negotiable. If you can, get it as a plus, but silver is not the end of the world. You need finishing play styles for your center attacking mid, so like low driven silver, finesse shot silver. If you can get both of those, it is perfect because they're going to get into a lot of shooting situations and you want to be comfortable with them and they're going to score you a lot of goals. So make sure you get those play styles covered. And finally, the striker, advanced forward attack. I literally don't see anyone else using any other role. So make sure you use that. Ousmane Dembele, I know 600,000 coins. I absolutely love him. But if you want someone on a budget who's literally one of the best strikers on the game for about 9,000 coins, gold Claudia Pina. Finishing play styles, finesse shot, low driven. Just get those covered. Maybe incisive silver as well for through balls and tiki-taka. You can never go wrong with tiki-taka silver. So if you can get that on the majority of your midfielders on attack, you'll have no problem. And if you found this helpful, then please subscribe and like the video. I will try and upload more long form content when I can. And yeah, there's my custom tactics code. So just go and copy and paste it. Enjoy.